What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to Saratoga Saturday, July 13th. We'll go to race 10 on the card. It is the Grade 1 Diana going a mile and an eighth, $500,000 the purse on the turf. Field of 10, there is a main track entry. I'll get to that in a second, but a field of 10 in the main body of the race. Well, I mean, look, it's an amazing race. You do have Chad Brown, who has 5 in here, but I don't know if he's going to win it. It's just an awesome race, top to bottom. A lot of ways we can go. We'll go through them all. We'll go through 1 by 10, and then I will give you the top pick at the end. Number 1 is Moira, and I love this horse, and I love what she was able to do last year. Of course, Moira kind of made her name for herself, winning the Queen's Plate at Woodbine, and then kind of mostly moved to the turf after that. Look, ran pretty well in her subsequent starts as a 3-year-old after that. Her 4-year-old season, even though it had 1 win, I thought it was very good. She stepped up, faced grade 2 company twice to start that, or I should say 3 times to start her season, got second all 3 times, finally broke through with a big win in the Canadian turf, went to the Taylor, a grade 1 race, got 3rd, and then went to the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf, where she was 3rd again. She was beaten by Inspiral and Warm Heart, guys. Those are 2 of the best horses in the country. Those are horses that, Warm Heart now retired, actually. So, but if she was here, she'd probably be a favorite. Inspiral would be a favorite as well. I mean, these were really tough races. So, right, I think Moira comes in here with a big shot. But again, it's off a little bit of a layoff. Hadn't seen her since the Breeders' Cup. And you have kind of seen that pattern. She's hit the board a lot in her career in races like this. Maybe she's a hit the board candidate to get off the layoff. She shows up with a big chance. She's a very classy horse. Number 2 is Coppice, and Coppice has been a horse that came to the United States pretty heavily hyped, ran on Kentucky Derby Day, got beat in the Distaff Mile by a neck, and then last time out ran in the Just a Game and got 6th, beaten 2 lengths. So kind of went backwards, I thought, last time out. Stretch out in distance now. We'll see what happens. The horse has not been further than a mile yet. Kind of does have a pedigree that makes you think a mile and eighth will be okay, but kind of lackluster in those 2 starts here in the United States, honestly. Really no excuse in the Distaff Mile. Was there with a chance, just couldn't finish it out. And then last time, right here at this track, not good. So, I think it's going to have a little bit of a form reversal to get the job done today. Another interesting horse coming out of that Just a Game that I just talked about is the number 3 Mission of Joy. This is a horse that's ran twice this season. Got and ran against Coppice both times. Got 4th in that Churchill Downs Distaff Mile, and like I said, 3rd, only beaten a half length last time out in the Just a Game. Another horse going to be stretching out, but has done it before. Was 3rd in the Queen's Plate behind Maj and Lindy. 2 very good horses. Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup, I should have said, at Keeneland last year. Kind of was everywhere last year, was able to get a win in the Regret at Churchill Downs. It's kind of just been that horse that has been right there with a chance each time. 3rd start off a little bit of a layoff. Should be a really tough horse to beat in this spot. I think at a big price, probably this horse will show up with a big effort. Number 4 is Didia. This horse really needs no introduction. And a nice win last time out in the New York right here at Saratoga. That was on Acorn Day, the day before the Belmont Stakes. Didia was able to get the job done. Beat Warlike Goddess, who got 3rd in that race. Warlike Goddess did come back to win out of that race, so it makes it look even tougher. Also, winner of the Pegasus Affiliate Mare Turf as well. Thought she was very good in that race. Really, you look back at all of her previous races, they all look pretty darn good, other than the Breeders' Cup Affiliate Mare Turf, where she just got beat pretty easily. But look what she did in this race last season. Talk about, not this race, but look what she did in the New York that she won this season. But last season, she was 3/4 of a length away from a win. And market segmentation beat her. There's no shame in that. So she comes in great form. She always is showing up with big efforts. I think she's the one to beat today. Number 5 is Gina Romantica. This horse 0-2 so far this season. But look, I thought closed last season out really nicely. Got a big win at Keeneland in the First Lady, and then was 4th in the Breeders' Cup Mile, beaten by Master of the Seas, Maj, and Casa Creed. So obviously 3 very good horses, and no reason to be upset about that, and only lost by a length. However, these 2 races this year for this horse have not been very good. The Jenny Wiley was 7th. She really was a no-show, and then ran in the Just a Game last time out and was 5th. only beaten a length and 3/4. Just doesn't have that kick. I just haven't been real happy with what I've seen, especially after that good progression. So I don't know. She's going to need a little bit of a form reversal. There's no doubt today. Number 6 is White Beam. White Beam coming off of back-to-back narrow losses. Last time out in the Just a Game, a race we keep referencing, White Beam was able to only lose by half length to Chili Flag. She got the lead at the top of the stretch before losing. And then in the Bunge, which was her first race of the year, second, beating a neck in that race as well. You look back at some of her races last year, she was the winner of the Diana last year. She was able to upset an Italian by a nose. The problem is she hasn't won since, was 4th in the First Lady and then 4th in the Matriarch. Stretching back out to 1 mile and an 1/8, that might be what it takes to see her at her best. Flavian Pratt back aboard again today as well. There's a lot to like about her, but I don't know. Can she do it again? She has not won since the Diana last year. Will this kind of be her, back to form race? I'm not sure. She's definitely one I think you got to use. I don't know if she can get the job done fully. All right, let's keep on going. Number 7 is Fluffy Socks, a horse that dropped down in class and got the job done in a very easy spot. A lot of horses scratched out of the Gallarette last time on Preakness Day when this horse was able to get the job done. So Fluffy Socks got a big win last time out. Her races before that, look, good efforts, not quite good enough to get the job done when facing tougher company. That's kind of been her MO, over the years. You kind of just look at the run that she's been on, just a lot of seconds, thirds, and fourths, but not quite get the job done when facing top company. That's kind of the approach I'll take for her again today. Maybe an underneath play, not sure about what else. All right, let's keep going. The number 8, Nisi Marie. This horse last time out was the loser to Didia by a length and a half, but ran very well in the race in the New York at Saratoga. 2 races back, I kind of mentioned White Beam was second in the Bunge. That's because Nisi Marie won it. So obviously pretty nice horse here. Always shows up with a solid effort. I mean, you kind of look at what this horse has done. Last year was second in the Jockey Club Oaks, second in the Sands Point. So good races for this horse. Shows up this year running even better. She'll be one to look for sure. Was 7-1 when she won the Bunge, was 25-1 in the New York when she ran second. So she's showed up with 2 good efforts to kick off her season. All right, let's keep going with the number 9 horse, Evie Jets. This is a horse that was 3/4 of a length away from a victory last time out in the Just a Game, but got beat by Chili Flag, White Beam, Mission of Joy horses we've talked about already. Also, the distaff at Churchill, really nowhere to be found in that one. But this now being the 3rd race off the layoff, we may see this horse show up with a big effort. She also has very good early speed that can be dangerous over this track. I kind of look for her to kind of get out to the lead again and try to hold them off. So can she hold on? Not sure. Can she hold on and maybe hit the board? Possibly. And then finally, the last of the runners here on the main body of the field, the number 10 Chili Flag. This horse has won 3 straight races in a row. They've all come at a mile. She won the Honey Fox, the Distaff, and the Distaff Mile at Churchill, and the Just a Game last time out. Look, all 3 races were good. I think there's enough speed in here. You're going to get a nice closing kick again. I think the biggest question with Chili Flag will be, we've seen her be really sharp at a mile. What about a mile and an 1/8? She does have a couple of races at a mile and an 1/8. She lost by a nose in an allowance race at a mile and an 1/8 at Belmont at the Bunge. So that's kind of, the one race you can point to. She does have mile and 16 races as well. She won an allowance going a mile and 16th, and she won a listed stakes going a mile and a 16th. So, I think she will be able to stretch out okay. She's kind of, a horse that she's been beating these other Chad Browns. What changes today? I'm not sure. I think she shows up here with a big shot. I definitely think if the pace sets up, she'll be there with a big shot in the end. All right, that's the field of 10. I will mention the 11 is Vinty Valentine. She is a main track only entry, so hopefully we do not see this horse. No offense to her, but hopefully we don't. But we might. There is a lot of rain in the forecast. It will take a lot of rain for them to take this race off the turf. I will say that. But It could happen. If it does, obviously these other 10 that we just mentioned, not a lot of dirt form there. So Vinny Valentine will become a little bit of a player, especially after winning over a muddy surface at Saratoga last time out by 6 3/4. So keep an eye on her. But it will take a torrential downpour for this race to come off the turf. I will say that. So, they may only, if it does rain, maybe they only run 1 or 2 races over it. This would be one for sure. But as of now, we're not going to worry about it. It's Saratoga. The forecast is really hard to predict. Let's not forget, throughout the week on Belmont Stakes Day, they forecasted a ton of rain for Friday and Saturday. And it just didn't do much. And we were good, and everybody had a good time. So hopefully that keeps up for us here. Okay. All this talk, top pick for me. Super hard for me to go against number 4, Didia. I'll put her on top in this spot. Look, I mentioned the pace may set up, but the thing with Didia that I love, if the pace is hot, she can sit mid-pack, and if the pace is not, she can go grab the lead. So I love how tactical she is. I love how consistent she is. And look, I think if a horse like White Beam or say Heavy Jets gets out there and it's a little bit slower of a tempo, Didia can go crank up the pressure and go get them. And if they gonna go out and 2 or 3 of them go crazy, Didia can sit right off of them and get first run. She's proven also going a little bit longer. The longer distances have been good for her, I should say. And some of the other Chad Browns in here, while we think they'll be okay going a little longer, it's not a proven commodity. So I'm going to go with number 4, Didia on top. I love this horse. Been able to cash on this horse for a while. I'm going to try it again here with Didia. So number 4, Didia on top for me to win the Diana and beat these 5 Chad Browns. All right, guys, that'll do it for a preview of the Diana. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. We will have tons of previews. Saratoga, Del Mar, the Haskell, all the big stuff going on in the summer. It's my favorite part of the season, and it is getting ready to get kicked off this weekend. All right, guys, if you want free picks for every track every day, make sure to go to racingdudes.com and click on that free picks tab, and you can get free picks for all winners every single day, all the tracks running in North America. Also for exactas, tries, pick 3s, pick 4s, pick 5s, expanded coverage of these races. Make sure to go to the premium products page and help support the Racing Dudes as we try to keep everything free on this YouTube site. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching this one. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Saratoga on Saturday.